Hello, readers and writers. It is Friday. I am MJ, and that means it is time for productivity sprints. Hello and welcome. Welcome back if you have been here before. Welcome if this is your first time. I am MJ, a non binary autistic author of science fiction and fantasy, and I host productivity sprints every Friday from 6:30 to 8. About 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time, and I'm starting to also do them on Monday from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time as well. This is still kind of new, so I'm not sure how long that's going to go, but it's working great, and I'm going to try keep doing it. So it is a very interesting Friday for me, mostly because I have been away for most of the week. My oldest graduated from college, so I drove down to see him walk across the stage and do all of that and got back yesterday. So I have a bit of work to do because I took, several days off this week. So my plans for this sprint, the minimum to do for this sprint is to get two chapters of my current work in progress edited. This is my science fiction book that releases in September called Inside a Dark Space, and I'm at the very end of edits for this round. And it's going to go back to the editor, but and then the proofreader. So not nearly done with it, but almost done with this round of edits, which I'm very excited about. So I want to get at least two chapters edited today. I'm hopeful that I can get more. I only have 4 chapters until I am done with this round of edits. Um, well, actually, 3.5 chapters because I cut off in the middle of a chapter when I stopped editing yesterday. So I'm very, very hopeful I can get some really good progress and potentially even finish this today. The other thing I have to do is a bit of admin work where I am working on just some signage. I have a book event that I am doing next um, Saturday. And I need to change some things of my signage up for it. So I'm working on some of the admin stuff as well. I'm going to actually start with that and then work in towards the edits. So I would love to know what you are working on in these sprints, either in the chats or if you let me know in the comments if you're watching this back after the fact. That would be fantastic. I love going through and reading what everyone does for the sprints. All right, so let me go ahead and get our first timer up. And I say, let's go ahead and get started and get some work done. And I will see you all back here in 30 minutes. Hello and welcome back. And welcome for those who are showing up. Hello, Maddie. I'm glad you were able to make it. How was the series finale? Did you enjoy it? Obviously, no spoilers. Not that I think I'll ever watch it, honestly. Hello. So glad you're able to make it. I did make it home in one piece. I did. I enjoyed seeing my kids because both my son and my daughter were there, and I enjoyed seeing my son graduate. So that was great. I did not enjoy 1 second of being in Texas. It's not entirely true. I really like road trips. I like driving. I like the scenery. I like having an audiobook on while I drive. And I ended up listening to over 6 books, I think, between driving there and back, because it's a 12 and a half hour drive. But I'm coming back, there's so much construction, it was closer to like 13 hours. So I enjoyed that aspect of it. I also finished The Paleontologist. I only thought it was okay. I wasn't a huge fan of it. It was fine, but definitely not one of my favorites. I finished all of the Murderbot series that I hadn't read before I went. And then I listened to a little bit of some nonfiction books. And then there's this book called ASL. Like, I don't know if any of you are, I don't think either of you are older, but if anyone's older like me, back when we used AOL, to date myself, there used to be like terminology ASL, age, sex, location, which is excessively problematic, honestly, but at the time kind of made sense. And so there's this book that I really wanted to read called ASL, which is going back to like those days. And I started the audiobook for it, and I lasted maybe 15 minutes at the most because the narrator kept clearing his throat and didn't like edit it out. It was so bad. Anyways, I feel like I listened to something else, but I can't remember what it was. So, um, I am glad that it is good, and we definitely need anti-fascist arts all the time, but especially right now. So that, yeah, it is surprising it came from Disney, but maybe because it has the Star Wars name behind it, uh, it gives it a little bit more power, or that it's just a guess. Um, but that's fantastic. I do not have a subscription to Disney. Otherwise, I probably would check it out. But I won't subscribe to them. So, um, will probably have to be one I don't end up seeing. Um, but yeah, thank you. It was a lot of listening, but I don't know. What's road trips without audiobooks? I also drove without stopping for the most part. I stopped twice, no, 3 times on the way down there, just to get gas and, to take care of facilities, and in 12 and a half hours. And then on the way back, I stopped twice. And I almost didn't do the second time. I almost tried to do it only stopping once, but I had so many bugs on my windshield that I had to stop. It was night, and then it was like it was bad. So I had to stop just to clean it off. So I took care of everything while I was stopping. So that part was nice. I drove back in the dark, so that wasn't as fun because you can't really see anything. Not completely in the dark, but like a good solid chunk of it. So yeah, see, and I really liked the Dinosaur Ghosts, but I don't like how they ended it or didn't end it, in my opinion. Like, I also don't like the way they used mental illness in it. And I feel like the Dinosaur Ghost kind of played into that. and I wasn't a huge fan of how they used that. And while I appreciate what the author was trying to do with the constant calling out of privilege, I don't think it was done very well because it wasn't ever challenged until like one statement. It was just excused. And I'm afraid that people with privilege just read that and continue like taking in the excuses and not like the one statement what actually challenged it. So that was a little much. Um it wasn't again, it was an enjoyable story, but it was definitely not my favorite. But I'm glad I read it because we need more dinosaur ghost stories. Um, well, ASL does stand for American Sign Language, but back in the olden days, uh, which ASL American Sign Language is older. But yeah, that's what we used. It's A dash S dash L. Yeah. But it was yeah, the precursor to internet speak. Yeah, I didn't necessarily recommend, but I was so worried about being in Texas. The anxiety the entire time was really, really high. I There was one time I was driving like from here to Texas is almost all highways, which is fine. The speed limit's usually pretty high. It's as good as interstates, except that when you go through cities, you have to slow down to really small, like really like usually like 30, maybe 35, and a good portion of them are speed traps. I mean, not just speed traps, it's safety concerns because you're actually getting into where people live, but then they're used as speed traps. And I was really worried about that. And I was driving on the way up there, I was driving and I was really good about slowing down, making sure I was slowing down, but sometimes it's really hard to see them right away. Or the signs. I usually see them on the GPS, which is delayed by like, a few seconds usually. It was not bad, but there was a cop right behind one of the signs. And so the car in front of me and I hadn't quite slowed down yet. We're going really fast. But then the police turned on their lights and I was freaking out and ended up following the car in front of me into a gas station. Because I wasn't sure who the cop was gonna pull over. Anyways, very nerve-wracking. But on the way home, thankfully, no sirens anywhere. So that was nice. Um, yeah, that's a good to hear, I suppose. I mean, only second book. I guess, yeah, that's a thing. Um, I guess I could be interested in reading more of his stuff. I'm not like not interested. Like it wasn't a bad book. Like I don't want to do that. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I read it. It just wasn't like it wasn't I guess it was kind of hoping it would be like a favorite and it didn't become that. So, but it was a book I'm glad I picked up. Um, and definitely again, like the theme and the dinosaurs, especially with the new Jurassic Park movie coming out, it was a great timing for that. Let me get the next timer pulled up. So I don't know if either of you were on when I mentioned what I'm working on today, but I had a little bit of work for a book event that I'm doing next weekend. And so I got that done in the first sprint and I started working on edits for Inside the Dark Space. And I think there's a chance I'm going to finish today in these sprints, this round of edits. So that's super excited. It's going to be close. We'll see. Um, but I already got good work in Maddie sprints yesterday. So I'm so close to finishing. So I would love to know what you all are working on, reading, um, what y'all are doing today. And I have our next timer pulled up. And I think we'll go ahead because I kind of talked a lot. I think we'll go ahead and start our next sprint. Um, Thank you, and thanks for stopping by and saying hi. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your night, and then I don't think you've done updates on your house, so I need to stalk your Instagram to see if you have updates on what's been done. Because I'm I don't know, I find it fascinating that you're able to do all that, and very much impressed. But have a good rest of your evening. All right, let's go ahead and get started on the next timer. And when we come back, I have stories of what happened today. All good stuff. But oh, fantastic. I'll go double check. I most definitely missed it with the drive and everything. So I'll go back and look. So thanks. All right, let's go ahead and get started, and I will see you all back here in 30 minutes. Hello and welcome back. How was your sprint? I would love to know what you were able to get done. I had a pretty fantastic sprint. I don't know how far I've gone, but like it's I'm so close to the end. I'm like even though I'm editing and going through the words and like being careful with it, um I'm also like caught up in the story, and I don't it's just fun to be reading it again. And I know this is gonna sound I don't know how this is gonna sound, but like I don't know, I just love the story so much. I'm so proud of it. It's not done yet, but it's it's pretty awesome. So they say write what you love, and I I'm very happy about this story. I really love it. So, um, sequel work today. TCF. That's your first book. I'm Names are not my forte, even though I'm in the middle of reading your book. Um, and talking on Discord. Yeah, I might be doing that a little bit as well. I've been using Discord as a reward though. Like I finish a section and then I'll go check it. I did have to turn the volume down on my computer, so y'all couldn't hear the notifications coming through when I unmuted. So there is that. Um so I was going to tell you all about today. So my birthday is in a week on Saturday, and I'm doing a stream on Friday as a birthday stream. It's going to be the exact same thing, but I just thought it would be fun to make it birthday themed. Um but I don't have a birthday timer. That'd be cool. But because on Saturday, my actual birthday, I'm doing a book event. Me and the kid decided that we were going to go do something today for my birthday. I have today off work. For no other reason, just then it felt weird to come back to work for one day and then have a 3-day weekend. So I just took it off. And so we went to the Space Museum in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And I love living in Colorado, but I realized exactly how spoiled we were in LA. Because when you go to like the Discovery Center in LA, you see like the actual old um space things. Like the rovers and the like, even though it's older, the museum's older and it's getting renovated, you like see the actual things. You can't see the space shuttle in LA. We took one more trip before we moved out here, and the space shuttle is closed for renovations, and it's going to be open up for probably another 2 years at this point, maybe 2.5 years. So you can't see the actual Endeavour space shuttle right now, but it's there. And the one here has a little mock-up hanging on the ceiling, and it was kind of funny. And they're all like replicas, but it was still a lot of fun. I like that kind of stuff, and so it was really good to go with all the little kids that were there. But it didn't take us near as long as I thought I would. So the kid was like, "Well, we should do other things." So we went to the bookstore. I think it was all a ploy so they can get more books. And then we found a gluten-free bakery in the area and tried it out because we have not replaced the bakery that we had in California. I'm not sure this one's going to replace it. We will see. I had a donut, which was fantastic because finding a gluten-free donut is next to impossible. And especially like a fried donut. And so that I got that and it sat on my stomach. Maybe because I don't eat a lot of fried foods anymore, but oh, anyways, but it was a super fun day. So it was just really cool, and I wanted to share with y'all. If you want pictures, you can go to my Instagram stories. They're up there for the next, probably 20-ish hours. where I have a lot of photos of a lot of space stuff because I really like that stuff. Um, Yay! Thank you. Hopefully it'll be fun. I honestly don't know if it'll be any different than it is now, but that's okay. Um, yeah, it's definitely different. LA just has such a different vibe, and it's good and bad moving away from that. One of the bad things is, um, again, like you just don't have as much access, but it's good too because like in LA going as an indie author into a bookstore and getting a book signing is almost impossible. They basically laugh at you because they have like so many big names live in LA that that's what they do. Like they have big name celebrities there all the time. And like the amount of people I saw at events and like went into like there was like I would go attend like readings of I attended a reading of War of the Worlds that was done by all Star Trek actors. And so like uh, uh an indie author like myself is just kind of a joke there. And that's not the case here. Which is nice. Like so there's benefits as well. But it was definitely different. And I'm just happy that there was a space museum here because when I last lived here, there was not. So, um, yeah, I bet New York City is definitely the same. Um, very muchly the same. But yeah, I agree. Colorado is a really good place to be an indie author. There's a really great community. I'm so excited. Um, to have found you and everyone else and um all the events that are here. It's just like I kind of knew the vibe moving back here, but I don't know. It's just so happy to be back here. Because it's definitely more like I just feel comfortable overall. I will take the smaller space museum over just every day just being so much more pleasant. But yeah, so that was my day. It really was a lot of fun. I don't think we will go back there for at least at least a year at the most, and that's if they get some uh different um like whatever exhibits. There we go. Exhibits coming in. And they were supposed to have some summer exhibits, but with everything going on, they lost funding, so they don't, which is sad. Because that would have been kind of cool. Also, while we were there, I will get started to a next sprint. But while we were there, they caught a cricket, and so we went to the gift shop, and I bought a stuffed Jupiter, because I mean, of course. And while we were like, while they were ringing us out, there by the scanner was a cricket in a baggie, and it kind of freaked me out. I was like, "Why do you have a pet cricket?" And they apparently, if they have any sort of anything alive in the museum, they have to like catalog it and like I don't know, do stuff like inventory it with it. So like the person who handles that came up and was like putting it in a jar to like do their procedures, and it was kind of wild, honestly. Um, so yeah, it is nice breaking into publishing with people that is encouraging. Like, I know I could go to like my local Barnes and Noble and set up a signing, and that is just fantastic. I have not done it because as much as we are there, I the talking to people about it is more than I think I can handle. But I know like that's an option. I've seen people doing it. I've seen it there, and that is fantastic. They're so encouraging. They're signing books that are signed there all the time, and it's just such a good environment, and it's such a good environment to like live in as a trans non-binary person also because the culture change going to Texas. especially southern Texas to here was very massive, and I knew it was going to be, and it was very unpleasant. And so, as much as people say, like, Colorado is not, or areas of Colorado is not progressive, it is at least more. Yeah, very glad to be here. So, um, oh, I have not heard of that bug museum, and I definitely will not be going to it. Um, because I know no um I have very few phobias, and the big one I have is related to that. Anyways, I'm thinking one last sprint that should put us close to 2 hours. I'm not sure I'll finish the book today, but I'll definitely be getting pretty close, which is exciting. And um, there we go. I will say that we were gonna, for the kids' birthday, they wanted to go to the aquarium in Denver, and we looked it up and we found out it was an aquarium, like it is an aquarium, but it's also a seafood restaurant. And they were like, "Yeah, no." And I was like, "So we didn't go there. Maybe not for their birthday. We'll go at some point, but just finding out that a seafood restaurant in an aquarium was wild." All right, let's do it. And I will see you all back here in 30 minutes. All right, welcome back. That is our last sprint of the night. Let me know how you did. I have one chapter left in edits for this round of edits for this book, and kind of fantastic. Honestly. So yeah, see that's why we couldn't go. One, we don't eat seafood, either of us. So and with allergies we don't eat at restaurants, but it just seemed wrong. But we do plan on going some point. We just decided not for like a birthday event, just like if we want to go do something, Edgemont will actually go and visit it. Um, and then we ended up planning something else for their birthday. But thank you all for showing up, and remember that I will be here on Monday, next week, Monday and Friday at the same time, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. So feel free to join me then, and then the sprints will be available for you to watch after the fact if those times do not work for you. Um, it went pretty well, good in the pondering stages, so thinking and writing notes. I find that so hard to do on stream. Like the actual drafting and the editing, absolutely. But when I'm in the thinking and the planning stage, I try and do it on stream, but it's so hard. So I think that's fantastic that you are able to work on that. Um, as always, keep reading, keep writing, and keep dreaming. And I will see you all next time.